Um, let's see. Google Translate. Well, I don't really use Google Translate that often because I think that the translating programs, like for example, if you go from English or Dutch to say Spanish or Italian, I think you have more chance that because you're more chance that the sentence would be accurate, or from going from Swedish to German or whatever. It with if it's within the same family or it is kind of similar to each other, I think you have more success than going from English to Polish or Russian because their grammar is structured differently. So
Right.
I tend to stay away from Google Translate or anything, but I think for individual words, I think that might be useful. But you also have like online dictionaries as well. So I don't really use Google Translate or anything.
Yeah, like I said in a video that I've done, yeah, I do use it for individual words only. And maybe once in a while when I see a passage that I don't understand in Icelandic or something, I just get the basic idea. I don't really trust Google Translate to translate like more than a sentence or even a whole sentence sometimes, but just to get the idea of the words used in it.
Yeah,
You
you
know, the
can.
grammar, the grammar might be completely wrong, but at least I know the words, that are in there.
Yeah,
So I don't depend on it for grammar at all. That's what grammar books are for in my mind. So
Yeah,
you
exactly.
don't have to look up every single word. Like when there are 50 words, you don't know, and you don't have to look up every
yeah,
single one of them.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yep. So basically, I just use it for that. And usually, when I'm reading a book or something, I would have a notebook right next to me, and I'll write down the words, or even a highlighter. I haven't used a highlighter, but like a pencil or something, I'll mark the book up and go back and see the words that I don't know, and then go to Google Translate because it is a little faster to just do that. So I would do that sometimes.
Yeah, exactly. But I also think when you're using books, what if you come across some sort of metaphor or whatever? Well, because
Uh,
Google Translate would just translate it directly, but you won't get the meaning out of it.
um,
Yeah,
sometimes you do get another idiom or whatever.
Oh, really?
So it's actually pretty good with that. Yeah, sometimes.
Oh,
Um,
okay.
I don't know about all the time, but with German, a lot of times an idiom will translate into a similar idiom in Google Translate. So it's
Be-
that's
it's
great.
actually, yeah, it's not too bad actually.
Hmm.
The only thing I have a problem with is that like for individual words, like let's say mouse, the word mouse, whatever you translate it to German, it doesn't tell you. I know what gender it is, but it doesn't tell you what gender it is. So you have to look it
Oh,
up anyway. So
oh
that's the
man.
problem. Yeah. So Bing Translator actually does tell you what gender nouns are. So yeah, that's the problem I have with Google Translate. So yeah, you do have to look
So
up
it
the gender for nouns anyway. So
so it depends what you're looking for.
uh yeah, basically if you're looking for a noun and you want the gender of it, usually I just put the mouse or something like that and it will say
Okay.
yeah, but not all the time, because it's not right all the time. Sometimes it'll be like DOS mouse or something like, and it'll be wrong. So
Oh,
yeah, that's
okay.
weird.
Hmm.
So anyway, I do use something for my phone too. That's basically it's Google Translate too. So when I'm on like the go, I'm thinking of sentences while I'm driving or something, and or well, no, don't use your phone when you're driving, but just when I'm walking around. I'm thinking of sentences and I'll look up a word or something uh, with my phone. So it's pretty good. So
Yeah. So, I was wondering because you have an iPhone or smartphone, something like that, right?
mhm.
I'm still primitive in that regard, but like there you have those language learning apps or applications for it, right?
Oh yeah, yeah.
How
Hmm.
about those? Are those good, or what's the
I
deal with
highly,
that?
yeah, that's a good question. I highly recommend Deutsche Welle for the iPhone. It's you can listen to the radio and stuff, and read articles and stuff.
Nice.
Yeah, so it's really good. Um, that's the only really good one I found for German. I found some others for Swedish and stuff. As for other apps, I use the iBooks app for the iPhone. You can read German books, and I have a Russian book in here. Uh, so yeah, those are the two good apps that I have. Also, the translator thing is pretty good. So
Okay. Hmm. So because is that kind of like a computerized language? But I think so.
yeah, I think that falls into that category using technology, the whole technology theme for language learning. Yeah.
Yeah. But
So
I want to go back to that with the subject of Rosetta Stone because there is one thing which is pretty interesting, which Rosetta Stone has, which textual textual books don't have, and that is they have the voice recognition thing, right?
oh yeah, yeah, yep. It comes with a headphone or something.
Yeah,
So
something like
Wow.
that. That's kind of interesting, I have to say.
yeah, I saw a video on that where Rosetta Stone couldn't recognize a girl's pronunciation because I think, I'm pretty sure when you start Rosetta Stone, you select if you're a male or female,
Hmm.
and then recognize that voice for the female or male because the voice thing. So I saw a video that a girl was pronouncing something in Chinese. To me, it sounded just like the recording, but I guess it couldn't recognize her pronunciation for some reason. So I
Yeah,
don't know how
I had the
accurate
same
it
thing with Russian. There, I was something like I don't know. It was something like "Das vidanya," and I was saying "Das vidanya," and it was like try again, "Das vidanya," all the time. And I thought,
is.
hey, wait a second, that's correct.
uh,
So
uh,
it still needs to improve, but I think it might be interesting again in say 10 years or so. I
oh
think
yeah, yeah. You got to start
Definitely.
somewhere. You got to start somewhere. So I mean, it's not up there yet, but I think it's a good idea, the voice recognition thing, and you know,
so. What do you guys think about the future of the computerized language learning in say about 10, 20 years? What do you think?
Phew. I hope it will improve because if um, if PC programs for learning languages keep on being like this one in my case, I think
yeah,
they won't help anyone that much. But I hope that Google Translator will improve. Um, for it might help some people, Um, and yeah, but it will never be possible to replace the human being with programs or CDs or MP3s or apps or anything, because I mean language is something that happens between at least two persons, and not between a human being and a machine. And yeah, you still might need correction when you learn the word das vidanya after repeating it 1,000 times. And uh, yeah, I,
yeah.
I hope they will improve in at least like 5 years or something.
I think there's nothing that will prevent it from improving. I think that's just a given. That's going to happen. It's going to get
Yeah,
better. So
it
um,
must get better.
it must. Yeah, there's no
Yeah.
other
It
way.
can't get worse.
Yeah, there's no other way. Like, who would have predicted in, let's say, 30 years ago, who would have predicted that there would be even MP3 player and stuff like that? And, even Rosetta Stone, like that type of program, that would have been revolutionary.
Yeah,
You know,
definitely.
so who can say what's going to happen? I know it's going to get better though, and there's going to be more. Let's say there's going to be more shit that's just there. um, and by that I just mean there's going to be garbage, and there's going to be good programs too, and the good ones will hopefully survive and stuff like that. I hope Rosetta Stone gets better, and I don't know. I haven't used it, but It just seems like it's too limiting, and there's not enough enough content in there to teach you a language. You can't really.
Don't forget the pricing. It's supposed to be
Oh,
ridiculously high priced.
oh yeah, it's like $1,000 if you get the whole package or whatever for certain languages. Like some
What?
go up to like level 5 and stuff, and they're like they're not cheap. So yeah.
But
Wow.
do you guys think that it will one day replace the book?
Ah, I don't
Because
think I don't think in 10 years or 5 years it can replace a book. Maybe in the classroom, but as for self learners, I think they'll keep using books. I think people who teach themselves they or whatever they just like books. So what do you think, Sam? Since you take classes and stuff, what do you think?
Well, I think you can learn, for example, Italian or any other language here in Germany at a public school for 100 euros for a semester, including a book. No, wait, let's say 130 euros, including a book. And I mean, it's just two hours of learning every week, but you still you get to know other people who are also learning the language, and I think you could learn like for 3 years instead of buying a Rosetta Stone program,
Right, right.
and
It'll still be like the same amount, basically. Right?
yeah, and I think if if we ever come to a point where energy is for free, like then maybe books will disappear from Earth. But um, how is this YouTube user or professor called Sigurds or um, how is he called? Like
Which one?
the the inventor of the polyglot project.
Oh, Syzygy?
Syzygy, yeah, right. He made a interesting video about books because like he told a story to just to imagine someone finds a CD in the desert like in 1,000 years,
Right,
and
right. So,
they won't have they won't have some hardware to recode decode the
right.
information on it.
It's
oh
gonna be
yeah,
useless. Yeah,
Yeah, and if they find a book, like you could still read it,
right.
and
It's still fun.
maybe,
Yeah, yeah. I mean,
and
if it's preserved, even the Dead Sea Scrolls and stuff, we can still read it. And
yeah,
let's say if they had, he made a good point, Syzygy, like a floppy disk. Now he has no way to read those disks because there's no
yeah,
program or machine to read it
yeah,
anymore.
exactly, yeah,
Yeah, it's a good
except
point.
on his old PC.
Yeah, right, right.
exactly.
Yeah, that's a very good point. And that's one of the reasons why I think books won't totally go away. Maybe they'll be used less in the classroom and stuff like that. And but as for language learners, I think books and people are what really will survive. As for learning.
Yeah, I agree.
Definitely.
So, any other, I don't know, side topic or any other thing having to
Um,
do with technology and language learning and computers that you
well,
want to talk about?
well, I don't. I want to add that you don't step on a stonefish. That's all I want to say.
What's gonna happen?
Because I've
We're
heard it's the worst pain known to man.
I want to see that mongoose versus cobra.
And afterwards, you can watch the bald eagle versus the fish. Although the result is kind of obvious, but
I want to see a shark versus a bald eagle. That'd be pretty cool.
yeah. Or what about, let's see, what else would I like to see? Um, like a gorilla versus a rhino or anything like that.
Oh man,
That's intense.
that'd be intense. Yeah,
Oh, I
I think
think we're distracted by the computer, guys.
yeah, I think so. So yeah, let's go look stuff up like that and end this video.
All right. So
Okay,
All right, thanks for watching, guys.
thank you.
see ya.
Bye.